He spent 40 years freezing time, until time started watching him back. This is the story of Henry Vale, a photographer whose career was long behind him, or so he thought. One night, in the familiar chemical scent of his old darkroom, something went wrong. As he developed an old photograph, an image he didn't recognize began to appear. The date stamp read 1983, a case he never photographed. It showed a street, a lamppost, and a blurred figure lurking in the shadows. "That's not one of mine," he whispered. A low hum filled the room, and in the developer tray, the reflection of the photograph seemed to breathe. The next morning, sunlight streamed into his archive room as Henry sifted through boxes of old negatives. Decades of life, frozen in black and white. Then, he found it. A roll labeled Roll 47B, classified. He knew he'd never processed it. Setting up his enlarger, he watched as the image slowly took form. It was an empty alley with a street sign that read Riverside and 5th. But then, a new frame emerged beside it. The same alley, but different. Newer cars, a modern billboard, and the date on the edge, 2025. Leaning back, a chill ran down his spine. How can a 40-year-old film capture something that hasn't happened yet? Searching for answers, Henry played an old cassette from a police interview he'd recorded decades ago. After some static, his own younger voice emerged. Sometimes the camera shows what the eye can't. He fast-forwarded, and then he heard it. A voice that shouldn't be there. A new voice. "Henry, stop developing them." He froze, his eyes darting to an old Polaroid camera sitting on a shelf. As he stared, its flash blinked once, all on its own. That evening, as rain tapped against the window, Henry's friend, Detective Lorna Quinn, came to visit. She studied the strange photos spread across his desk. "These look recent. Are you sure they came from your old rolls?" Henry nodded nervously. "Every frame I develop changes. The city keeps updating itself, like it's showing me moments that haven't happened yet." Lorna frowned, her gaze falling on a photo of her own car parked just outside his studio. "That's my car. I took that route this morning." They both looked at the timestamp on the print. It read, "Tomorrow, 8:12 a.m. Lorna stepped back, her voice tight. "Maybe you should stop printing, Henry." But Henry's eyes were already drawn to the next strip of negatives. He whispered, "I don't think it's me doing it anymore." Late that night, with thunder rumbling outside, Henry stood alone in his darkroom. He was surrounded by photos of streets, faces, and reflections, all of them slightly wrong. He decided to load one final unmarked roll. As the image faded into focus, his breath caught in his throat. It was his studio, his table, his lamp, and a silhouette standing exactly where he was, but facing him. He spun around, looking at his reflection in the glass door. Nothing. He turned back to the photo. The figure was closer now. The dark room's red bulb flickered. A soft mechanical whirring like a shutter broke the silence. "What are you trying to show me?" he whispered. Then a click. The Polaroid camera snapped a photo. The print slid out, face down. With trembling hands, Henry picked it up. Scrawled on the back in black ink were the words, "You re-not developing the past, Henry. The past is developing you." The next morning, the red bulb was off. The room was silent. Detective Lorna let herself in through the unlocked studio door. The equipment hummed quietly. The last photo Henry developed was still pinned to the line. She stepped closer. It showed an empty room, except for a single chair and a shadow on the wall. Lorna looked around the studio. The shadow was gone. "Henry?" she called out into the silence. A soft, melancholic piano melody began to play as the camera panned across rows of hanging negatives, each a moment suspended between yesterday and tomorrow. Then, the final frame developed. It was a photo of Lorna, standing exactly where she was at that very moment. She looked up, her eyes wide, staring straight into the lens. Some memories fade, some return in dreams. But photographs, they never forget what they've seen. Thanks for watching our short film, The Cold Case Photographer. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more original content. We'll see you in the next one.